So just the racing inspires me to tell something. It's just because. So in previous years, I've told you that my brothers are professional motorcycle racers. So they're living their dream this year. And they got into Dakar, which is the hardest motorcycle race in the world.
Wow.
And it starts on...
What's it called?
Dakar, D-A-K-A-R. It's in Saudi Arabia.
Ooh.
And they start on... it's either December 31st or January 1st. You know, it's the clock. I haven't figured that out. It's numbers. It's a 15-day race through basically the Sahara Desert. And they're doing it what they call Mali Molko, which means that. So if you're a sponsored rider, just in terms of the marbles, if you're sponsored, you know your sponsor helps you have things and stuff like this. So we know the rider for Husqvarna, so he's going to have a 18-wheeler with a machine shop and a support helicopter.
Right, okay? Like you do.
Right, like you do.
Like all motorcycles should come with, yeah.
My brothers are doing a different category, which is the poor man's way to do it, which means they have one box.
Oh.
They have to pack ahead and put everything in one box that gets dragged from camping spot to camping spot by the truck. They get access to a group tools for 15 days.
Oh my goodness.
And so it's become quite funny because there's 5 guys on their team about, one guy wants to take 7 outfits. And my brother's like, I don't even know if I'm taking 7 pairs of underwear. The box is pretty small, man. So, and it's 15 days.
Wow, I hope they prioritize underwear.
I do too.
And water.
I haven't and my brother's had some odd comments about how many times you can flip them in and out, and so I was just looking at. I know better than to ask further questions. But anyway, it'll be on ESPN. It'll be on TV. It'll be on the net. My brother's last names are Pearson, and their numbers are 104 and 105.
Awesome.
So we can cheer for them. That's awesome.
You can cheer for them, and they're already putting up scenery shots from there.
Oh, cool.
And I'm not ever going to go to Saudi Arabia. To see the landscape over there, they've raced in all the deserts in North America, and I've been with them in pit crews, but that desert very different.
No.
Very, very not same. As White Sands in California, not same. Yeah.
So the race is named for the desert?
It was originally run in Dakar, and it became that name. And then at some point, when it politically got hot over in that Middle East, they actually ran Dakar in South America, and they went right over the peak of the ridge of South America.
Oh, wow.
And my brothers on that one weren't in the race, but they followed the race.
Oh, cool.
And so a bunch of them went down. And there they are. Who did that? Good job.
The internet, wow.
You gave them the information they needed to find them.
Oh my God, you guys are so great. So the guy on the right is my brother David, who just won the Sonora Rally and won his ticket to go to Dakar. It's a very expensive race to get into.
That's awesome.
And he won his ticket, so that was quite exciting. And I think they're in sheer panic right now because you got to, with these races, you go through 10 tires. How do you fit 10 tires in one box? And
Jeez.
Wow.
Right?
I'm still really stuck on the fact that they're calling a motorcycle race the car.
Oh, it's called Dakar because they have to take the motorcycle and disassemble it and reassemble
and
it
also just
into Dakar.
So I'll tell you from the last race,
the motorcycle was just going to be too long.
Yeah.
The last race,
fit on
just
the
because it
t-shirt.
was hilarious, or not hilarious, but amazing. This is the epicness. So the one that David just won, they were in the sand dunes in Mexico in the Sonora Desert. Big sand dunes, 1,000 feet high.
Wow.
And they had an accident, which was, happens, but it was a dust-driven accident. So a motorcycle went in, went the wrong way, turned around, was driving through his own dust cloud, and a four-wheeler came and hit him bang on. And in the dust, they didn't know what they hit. Nobody, you couldn't see anything. And all of a sudden, from the middle of nowhere, this motorcycle guy pops up with the universal 2 thumbs up, I'm okay.
Wow.
So it's a 5-day race, and so there's lots of rules about bikes and tech and if they're approved and all this kind of stuff. And so another guy trashed his motorcycle as well on that day, and that night they put together a KTM motorcycle with a Husqvarna. They Frankensteined it.
Wow.
So the guy with the front end part could finish the race.
Oh my goodness.
So I've been on those crews where in the middle of the night you're like making a motorcycle out of broken pieces.
That's amazing.
So cool.
So the best part about that is despite it being very scary of a head-on collision, nobody got hurt.
That's
Like the
awesome.
guy only broke a finger. Like I'm not saying breaking your finger's good, but like you get hit by a car, if you can stand up and say just this hurts, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Better than a paper cut, right?
Yeah, so it very much has this element where they look after each other a bit. You know, they stop and
That's-
they, you know, like that, putting that bike together would have involved all the teams that had ideas, right?
That's so cool.
At 2 a.m. going, oh, we could just, zip tie, fix that.
Yeah. And some duct tape. Perfect. Popsicle sticks, you got it. Wow.
Totally.
That's a really cool story. Well,
Yeah,
I can
so-
cheer for them at the end of the year. You know, I mean, it's great that they're doing it in Saudi Arabia during the winter time, so I'm sure it'll be real cool.
Oh yeah, it has all the features. So one of their teammates is this guy, Kyle, who they're all crazy athletes. Like there's a screw loose, and he in the past ran as a human the Iditarod.
Oh wow.
So if you know the
But isn't that with the dogs?
correct.
Do
So everybody else had a dog sled with dogs, and Kyle,
was he pulling a sled or was he just like
nope, he
Oh,
just
so he's
humaned
the-
it.
human?
Oh,
did?
that's-
He was pulling a sled that had dogs on it, yeah.
Yeah, he may have been pulling a sled that had his gear on it.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
one very confused dog.
Dang.
so they're
Much?
just a little,
Damn.
They approach problems in a
Wow.
unique way.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
You know, with the screws loose, they might be able to get together at 2 a.m. and like
Make a new engine.
fix it.
You know, I
Fix
interview
it, a
these
car.
guys in the pits. I interview them. I ask them, like, I'm like, what, you know? And it's a resounding answer is they're all adrenaline junkies, and they all answer the question with, I don't feel alive till I'm on the edge.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. It's amazing.
Like, on the edge. Like, he could fall and die, and I'm still alive.
Wow. Wow. I mean, that's a way to live.
That's why I stay in the pit truck.
I'm
right.
sure it's very
Oh,
exciting.
thank you, chat, for that's exactly
there
it.
you go.
That's the race they're about to do.
That is really cool.
15 days.
In the desert. I can't do 15 minutes in the desert.
Have you ever tried walking up a sand dune?
Yes.
God, it sucks so hard.
Yeah.
Oh man, what? You're like, you see these videos of people walking in desert. Actually, there's this great viral video of a camel trying to make its way up a desert,
Yeah.
up a sand dune, and you're like, why does it look so inelegant? If you've never walked up a sand dune before, you're like, oh my God, this is exhausting.
Is it like nature's down escalator? You just
Basically,
keep sliding
every
down?
Yeah.
step you take, it's like, it's extra work and you make no progress.
Sand
like,
dunes
be
usually
walking
have
to
a
you.
hard side from the prevailing wind.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then a fall
soft
side.
fall side, yeah.
So I know from being at lots of these races that the motorcycles, you try to go up the hard side, but by the time you get near the top, it's all falling apart. So you are driving through a wall of sand, and you don't know how steep the backside is. And so a lot of vehicles, that's where they do this off. You know,
Oh, wow.
they do the big roll. And so a lot of them go through the sand wall and then do a quick stop to try to figure out where the heck they are.
Come out.
But yeah, there's a lot of rolling that happens there and a group digging.
Oh, that's a fun activity.
Yeah.
It's a team building.
It's a team building.
Yeah.
Oh my, hey, I can only see your handlebars. You're sunk that deep in the sand. Do you need a hand?
Wow.
It's incredibly fine sand as well,
Oh.
so just like it
Yeah.
sink really easily and it gets everywhere.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I bet it's rough. Man, I hate that.